We're here. Let's do this. I cannot be more excited. We've got placement match A for group 2 of the round of 32. This is season 1 of the Manifold Promotional League. I am Brad, as always, here with Adam. Adam, what do we have today?
Welcome everyone to group 2. Starting off, we got Bailey versus Eileen. We got Bailey's deck list here. Is Lolostran Rebound Druids discard event stuff. I love this deck. There's a bunch of ways to play Druids, play events, put them back in your hand, play them again, get triggers based on them. Ignis Fatuous will reward you for playing events and then playing them again with Lolostran putting them back on top of your deck. I love this type of deck.
And this deck gets to play the Mountain. We are playing Cujo Who Slumbers. I think this might be the only Cujo in the round of 32.
Probably, yeah.
This guy, if you have any Eidolons in play, when you play him, he is simply gargantuan.
Yeah, just put a bunch of red counters all over your board. I'm excited to see that happen. His opponent will be Eileen Lee here with Lucca Rylo. What's this deck, Brad?
This deck punches. This deck is so fast. That is a pile of red dice. Rylo hurts himself in order to make more damage. Lucca gives you more red dice whenever you put attachments on him, and this is a pile of attachments.
Yep, so the game plan here is put an attachment on Lucca, put an attachment on Lucca, activate Rylo, resolve 20 damage, or however much that is.
And these attachment decks tend to look very powerful if they win the game quickly.
Yes.
But you lose almost all of your infrastructure when your flagship hero dies.
Yep.
And combine that with Bailey being able to slam Cujo, and we might see this game swing wildly from one direction to the other.
I'm very excited. I think our players are ready to go, and I am as well. Let's start off. Let's start this game off.
We have Bailey on the top. We've got Eileen on the bottom. We've already put our extra locales into play. I didn't see the die roll, so I'm not quite sure who's going to go first. It looks like Eileen.
All right, so Spotter Scope is going to start us off here on Lucca. That'll roll the extra red dice off Lucca, and when activated, modify 1 to a side showing damage.
There are not a whole lot of 1-cost objects in this deck that you want to play, and there's several 4-costs, so it's really nice to have a Spotter Scope or a Radar Servo or an Overcharge, just so you have something to complement your Templar Armaments or Frag Grenades or Battle Ready.
Absolutely. A 1 and a 4 is generally how you want to get started, and Eileen was able to do that.
We just hinted at this, so I want to bring attention to this. Bailey has take covers in their deck.
Yes.
Take covers are very powerful against the aggressive strategies because it sabotages up to 2 dice showing damage.
Yep.
Against Eileen, that's always going to be 4 damage.
Absolutely.
And Lolostran gives you the ability to put that card back on top of your deck to play again next round.
So if you're just playing a bunch of take covers all game long, they will have good targets. One of the kind of unfortunate things for Eileen's deck is all of the dice are premium dice, and they all show damage once you get all your modify off. But that means shields and sabotage are always going to take a big chunk out of your damage output. So just like 4 shields or something will eat 8 damage against Eileen's deck.
Here's the 4-cost, the Templar Armaments that we were talking about, which means Eileen is going to be making 5, 6, 7, 8 premium dice, and she's going to be modifying 2 in the first round
to side showing damage.
The chances that that's 16
we're not doing
are
16.
Not very high, but not 0.
Yeah, that's the whole trick, isn't it? I would doubt that that's going to happen, but she's gonna do like 12.
Yeah, and there's 2 purple dice in there.
Yeah.
So Rylo's gonna modify something. Spotter Scope's gonna modify something. If a purple dice modifies 2 of them,
red dice could modify another one. There's a lot of ways for this to be like 10 or 12 damage. We've also got, remember, something to note is that Revon has the ability to discard the top card of a player's deck whenever a Druid is activated, and Bailey's deck is just full of Druids.
The 2 big reasons they would be wanting to do that is to find events for Lolostran to get back, or to fill their discard with events to trigger Ignis Fatuouses.
Yes.
Fatui?
I'll go with Fatuouses for right now. Looks like Rylo's going to take his 1 damage to modify to side showing damage, and look at that, whole pile of damage.
Yeah, so 1 modify 2 means the rest of this is heads up. Lucca's going to roll 2 dice. Spotter Scope's going to turn 1 of them. The modify 2 is going to turn the other 2, and it's going to be 14 damage.
Yeah, right? I love this deck.
It punches.
It punches. Yeah, and it is really important to note that watching this, you might be like, oh, 14 damage in round 1, just win the game round 2. That looks unbeatable. Until 2 dice get removed, and then Lucca dies with 2 attachments on him, and suddenly it looks a lot worse.
I will say, when this red-blue aggro deck, when it goes smoothly for it, it looks insane.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to warn against. Because it's not just the best, craziest deck you've ever seen.
Well,
probably. I think it's really strong in the metagame, but I mean, it could look bad. It could. What am I trying to say? It might look better than it actually is. It always has the opportunity to do so.
Well, so this deck has not made it to the finals of any of our PAOs.
That's true.
But
that's true.
Back then, everyone was playing Rylo Emergent.
That's true.
The Lucca Rylo build was not popular. So
yeah.
we don't
technically know.
Yeah, as developers,
yeah.
we have our feelings about what's broken and what's not. And while
Yeah.
we think this deck is very powerful, we don't think it's broken.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see how this how we feel at the end of this tournament.
Absolutely. So Eileen's gonna be able to probably just modify 2 into 4 more damage here. Interestingly, that the Engulfing Stone played on Ravon is a shield, and that blue dice rolled an extra shield too. So that will actually just eat 4 damage. That is very relevant.
There's a very good chance that by playing the Engulfing Stone on Ravon, Eileen puts her attention to Lolostrin first.
Sure. That's a good point.
It's nice for Bailey in that his 4 dice hero is the one that gets to survive. It's maybe not excellent for Bailey in that his take cover stick is going to get snapped.
Yes, and if that's the way this game, if Bailey was trying to loop take covers, that would be excellent, but he can't play one this round, and Lolostrin dying too quickly to make that happen next round is, like you said, might be a bit unfortunate there, but that's fine. The deck does other things. The green deck.
Yep, and the 4 premium dice Ravon is plenty relevant.
Yeah, of course.
Especially with 2 of them being blue.
Yep. So Lolostrin here will roll red-green and put an event with cost 3 or less on top of Bailey's deck. Looks like Engulfing Stone will be the choice.
And Bailey's been having Eileen discard cards with Ravon's trigger. And often, I think Ravon is trying to mill himself. But the most important thing is you want to put events into the discard to fuel Ravon's energy ability. And he did hit events off Eileen's deck twice.
Yes. So we got 4 damage going in here after Lolostrin. And Bailey will respond with... I'd be surprised if it wasn't Shield 2. But we will see momentarily.
Yeah, if Lolostrin takes 10 more damage and is at 2 life, then something like a frag grenades or an ambush can just kill Lolostrin at the top of the round before you get to activate it.
Yeah.
One of the weaknesses of the red-blue aggro deck is that it doesn't have a Witchfire or a Hidden Blade.
Yep, no way to remove your opponent's shield swiftly.
Yeah, so you need magic tricks like swiftly activating a Sentinel or an Automated Lieutenant in order to pull that off, but that's always on the table. Your opponent gets to know that that's available.
Yes. So 10 damage will go in here after Lolostrin after modifying 2 into side showing damage. And then probably just dealing to... here's a good question for you, Brad. How do you fight this red-blue aggro deck? What's your general game plan? Yeah,
so it's a little bit contrary. You would think if you played a bunch of RTSs that Turtle beats aggro. But what's really happening here is you need to match their aggression. If you trade one of your heroes for one of their heroes also lose all of the support attachments that they've put on it. There's 4 gems of infrastructure on this Rylo. And so it's really important, no matter how much you want to be modifying into shield and shielding, if you do that, your opponent's just continuing to play aggressive supports that are more efficient than yours. So really, you have to match the aggression.
Yep. So if Bailey is able to take a bunch of damage but kill Rylo next round or at the top of round 3, that would be very, very... That's how that is a good route towards victory.
So just to be clear, what happened there was Bailey rolled that purple dice using Ravon's energy ability. It fell out of Bailey's hand.
Yeah.
The tournament rule is you have to roll with intention.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to define, but that was why that reroll happened.
Yes. Both players figured that was what intention means. So it looks like energy to roll purple, rolls blank, and then just resolve 4 damage is going to be how this round ends. So going into the top of round 2, we will see where we're at with our players.
5 damage to 14 damage looks like a huge advantage for Eileen.
It certainly does.
Now, again, she has 4 gems worth of investment on Rylo. Bailey has 3 gems worth of investment on Ravon. And Ravon is going to survive.
Yep. I don't see a frag grenade, so Eileen won't immediately do, I don't know, ambush, resolve. There's a variety of ways that we could quickly kill Lostrin, and that won't be happening. Instead, we'll get a Blessing of the Cloth, rolling red on Lucca.
And because of how the damage worked out, Eileen gets the luxury of diversifying her attachments now.
Yes. And since 5 damage was put into Rylo, now she's incentivized to put 3 big attachments on Lucca. Let's see. So Earthbinder here will be Bailey's play. Earthbinder's really good. Earthbinder's really powerful when your opponent has big support characters to exhaust. But here it doesn't look like that is gonna trigger against Eileen. Either way, it's a 4-cost attachment, rolls 2 premium dice. Eileen playing Templar Armaments. Is that the same dice?
Yeah, the same dice. Yeah. When Earthbinder is bad, it's just a 3 durability Templar Armaments.
Yeah.
If Eileen had exactly a Pacify in hand right now, we would see exactly what Earthbinder being bad would look like.
Yeah.
But because that's not the case, the card's just fine. Plenty
she does
powerful.
actually have a Sever the Ties in her hand. She just used all of her blue gems.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. She wants to use her gems to punch.
Yeah, I saw an overcharge.
Yeah.
Which lets you resolve physical damage at +2 for 1 gem.
Yep.
It is the most efficient burn spell in our game.
It certainly is. Yeah, she probably will end up playing that this round. I think I also saw Follow the Trail. So it looks like Overcharge Follow the Trail is going to be what Eileen chooses to do with her gems this round. And until then, we've got a Relic Seeker from Bailey, which will look at 3 cards, discard any number of them, put the rest back on top in any order. Relic Seeker is real good, especially when you are setting up your draws and your discards and then activating them with Ravon to discard the top card of your deck more. Really helped you sculpt your discard for this event discard-based green deck.
We're getting rid of Ancient Awakeners. Ancient Awakener is it's a neat, powerful combo with your cards like Rumble of the Grotto and Flowering Thicket, especially when Cujo is putting counters on them.
Yeah.
But it's a way that you want to go over the top of control decks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not what's going to happen here in this matchup. Bailey has no Eidolons in play.
Yeah, that's not the name of the game right here. Eileen will have Rylo rolls a bunch of dice and then modify 1 to his side showing damage. So she just has 10 damage.
And modify 2.
And modify 2 into 4 more damage. She's also got more damage in her hand and off of Overcharge. And a Sentinel coming down for more damage. That's her thing.
And there's a Sabotage 1 baked into that Sentinel coming down, which means Bailey needs to find 10 damage here in order to trade with Rylo, in order to try and keep this game close. And the Follow the Trail is going to disrupt that plan.
It certainly will.
But this Ravon is rolling 6 dice.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's just more likelihood that Follow the Trail will have a good target.
That's true. but
I'm mostly kidding.
Yeah. Your win condition is grinding through these Follow the Trails.
Yes.
Eileen is likely
it's
to
actually
modify.
An excellent roll from Ravon. Just in terms of two sides rolled. That's all.
Eileen is likely to modify out of one of these shields, if I had to guess.
I would imagine, yeah. Follow the Trail here is going to create a Sentinel and Sabotage 1. That's the modify 2. All right. And that's actually really valuable because that 1 damage isn't one of her premium dice. That'll all show 2 damages. The Sentinel, I mean.
Yeah, and she let Bailey keep shield.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like she knows she's going to kill Lolostrin through the shield. And as long as Bailey doesn't find a bunch of damage, Eileen is going to continue to make a whole lot of dice going into the next round. So I think she took the defensive play of get rid of modify instead of getting rid of shield.
Yep.
And I like it.
I like it as well. So the Sentinel here is going to take off Lilostrin's shield, which is probably just going to be put back immediately. Yep, that's a red dice shield 1.
Yep, and Eileen's just going to keep trading these 2 damage faces into those shields, which usually feels bad, but these are also premium dice that you're taking away from your opponent that are not 2 damage into your hero.
Absolutely. Oh, you know what would have been nice? She could have used that energy to swiftly activate the Sentinel off of Rylo's energy ability. I just noticed that.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I said it's on the table and your opponent gets to know about it.
Yep.
So it's hidden.
Yeah. So for the Rylo players out there, that would have been a nice time to take that, take off the shield using the energy, and then just resolve 2 damage to kill Lilostrin. There, your opponent's shields matter a lot. I mean,
although actually,
they're still gonna matter because of Ravon.
Yeah, and it only lets you resolve 1 of your premium dice because Lilostrin only has 2 life. So that's a neat trick and a good thing to know.
Okay.
Wouldn't have actually helped here in total yield.
You're right. But it would have been cool.
Yeah, and us both missing it does not speak terribly well towards our chances. We're both playing in this tournament as well.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I hope that missing a Rylo trigger isn't how I get knocked out of this tournament.
I have no intentions of playing Rylo in this tournament.
Yeah, me neither. That's the... All right, we're going to be trading off a bunch of damage and shields here. And each shield, too, ends up just hitting something else as well. So those Relic Seekers are nice and protected. That looks like the last shield. Bailey's probably going to sabotage one, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. All right. So Lilostrin is going to go down, and that's just acceptable. Bailey's going to be rolling these Relic Seekers while Lilostrin takes the last 2 damage.
So Relic Seekers rolling energy in Ravon decks is actually very powerful because Ravon gets to turn that energy into a purple dice pretty efficiently. And 1-cost characters that roll premium dice are excellent. There are not very many of those.
They certainly are. Yeah, so there's enough events in various discards at this point that all of those energies are going to be turning into purple dice without too much issue.
Yeah, Ravon's very good at that by causing players to discard cards from their deck whenever you activate a druid.
Yep. Ooh, look at that. Overcharge will resolve these 6 damage as 8 into Lilostrin.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So Eileen has done 16 damage over 2 rounds. Sorry, 24. She's done 24 damage over 2 rounds.
This deck punches.
Whew.
Yeah, that's a blistering rate. But she's out of stuff, and so Bailey's going to be able to resolve a bunch of damage. It looks like it'll almost kill Rylo, but not quite, which is very unfortunate if you're Bailey.
Bailey has 1 gem left. If that's a 3rd Relic Seeker, you could find the 10th damage.
You could. And, okay, energy makes 2 damage.
So Eileen does dig in here.
Yeah.
So you need to play Relic Seeker, roll energy, turn energy into purple.
Damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's where this game is going, and that's okay. So Rylo will end this round at 2 health, and I wouldn't be surprised if Eileen didn't start. I wouldn't be surprised if Eileen started with Rylo.
Yeah, just the difference that 2 damage makes is huge because that's 5 dice and a free modify.
Yes, it is.
A gently paid for modify.
Yeah, I mean, if Rylo's already going down, then his health matters a little less than normal. Eileen is going to look at that Earthbinder and read Sever the Ties in her hand, it looks like.
Yeah, so Sever the Ties deals 3 damage to ethereal supports, and Earthbinder is a 3 durability ethereal attachment.
So if she wanted to, she could just go for that. Although, okay, yeah, sure, great. 2 gems to take out 2 of your opponent's premium dice is an excellent rate, and you should take it every time you can.
And Bailey does not have any tempo. They don't have Witchfires, they don't have logistics. Technically, they have Starfallen Warrior. You could play a Starfallen Warrior here. Oh.
No, okay, Flowering Thicket here is just going to be big. But Eileen will respond with another Blessing of the Cloth on Lucca, rolling red. And Rylo's just sitting there at 2 health. Eileen knows that Bailey doesn't have a way to snipe him before he activates, so might as well just go through all the other motions.
Yep, and now whenever she gets around to it, she's going to be making 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 premium dice.
Yes, she will, in fact. And
They don't need to show much damage for that to be lethal, do they?
Bailey's now to 2 gems, which is a
That's
take cover.
Ravon here is going to roll some dice and discard the top card of Eileen's deck. There we go. This is Sabotage. That's honestly a pretty good roll. All things considered.
Yep. That 2 damage is lethal on Rylo, so now Eileen's priced into activating him.
Mm-hmm. So we got a whole pile of red and purple dice. Take a damage. Modify one of these.
Probably to physical, so it's all in one type.
Yup. And, oh, remember that trick from last round? Oh, we're not doing it? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I guess that was the only dice that was not presenting damage.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So
it would take quite the magic trick for Bailey to get out of this one.
It certainly would.
They have 1 sabotage. If there's a take cover, you stand a chance.
There
But yeah, at least you killed Rylo.
And for what it's worth, if I was playing, I would have kept my energy and then immediately had Rylo die because I forgot that was a part of that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good thing that Eileen didn't listen to me. Lucca has a spotter scope, so one of these dice will be modified into a side showing damage. And otherwise, she's
got lethal and 2 activations.
Yeah.
The sabotage 1 does not protect Bailey, so Bailey needs an extra trick.
Yep. And that modify 3 is very relevant here, even if there's a whole pile of tricks.
Bailey does have time to activate the Flowering Thicket because Eileen's damage is across 2 types.
But that's not a bunch of shields.
They did not find another shield.
All right. Cool. Then Eileen's probably just resolving 6 damage.
Maybe? I would say that seems likely.
Yeah, there we go. 6 damage into Ravon here. We'll put Ravon to 2. And then Bailey's staring at a whole pile of damage in Eileen's dice pool.
They're going to check their hand. Maybe I forgot something.
A take cover here would save them.
It would buy them enough time to modify into some shields.
There we go.
Doesn't have it. Eileen is the winner of our first placement match, so she's going to make it on to the winner's match.
Yep. And Bailey will be going on to the rebound match.
Yep. It's a best 2 out of 3.
Yep.
Each group is a best 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm. Which means each player will play different people in their best 2 out of 3. So a different video will have Bailey fighting for survival and Eileen trying to move on to the next round.
But next, we're going to watch Placement Match B to figure out who these people are playing.
Absolutely. We hope to see you there.
Yep. Come back tomorrow.
Yep. See you then.